is Ray, and today we will be doing part 2 of Greek culture. In part 1 we talked about the Greek gods, and in part 2 we are talking about Greek food. So I hope you're hungry and ready to learn. Greek cuisine is heavily influenced by the geography and climate of Greece. Greece has a Mediterranean climate with hot, dry summers Greek culture isn't all expensive seafood and fancy cheese. Legumes, or legumines, I have no idea how to say this word, I'm so sorry. You also have full permission to hate on me here. The legumines have historically been extremely important because beans, lentils, and chickpeas are inexpensive, nutritious, and filling foods. Some traditional Greek dishes that were once considered humble or first, I'm just going to mix this and try it as is. Oh, there's some rice in here as well. I think it's mixed up good. Alright, first I'm going to try it without the pita, and I'm going to make it a little bit of a gyro. I want to get the perfect bite with lamb, lettuce, rice, onion, feta, tzatziki, tomato. There's tomato. I gotta get tomato. Okay, let's try it. It's really good. This place that I went to just opened up in my town actually, and my family and I heard good reviews about it, and so tonight I was like, let's go get it. I'll pick it up. And they were like, okay, if you get it, sure. So here we are now. Their tzatziki sauce isn't as creamy. I would say it tastes almost, it's a little bit watery. So I think I prefer creamy, thicker tzatziki sauce, but it is really good. I taste less like dill and stuff like that. I think it's like a faint taste, but it is really good. Still, I feel like it's hard to have Greek food that tastes bad. Okay, now I'm going to use a little bit of the pita. I don't know how I'm going to do this because I don't want the entire thing right now. But I want to try it. Okay, we have a little bit of pita. I love pita bread so much. I think it's the best thing that is on this earth, essentially. I'm just gonna go for it. While I was in there, I saw them using the spit rotator thing, and I was like, oh my gosh, I know what that is. I learned that in my video. Okay, this might be too much. I don't even know. It's essentially a gyro. I need to add more tzatziki sauce. Oh yeah, now we're talking. God bless tzatziki sauce. Oh my god.
First time having a gyro, and it's a divine experience for sure. I mean, put anything on pita bread, put some tzatziki sauce on it, and it's gonna be good, you know. I've had halal food before, and I don't know exactly what it is called that I've had that is very similar to this, but I've had something similar for sure. I remember my first time eating lamb. I was tricked into eating it because I was scared of the idea of eating lamb. I was like maybe 9 years old or like 8 years old, and they told me that it was chicken and that I was eating a salad with chicken in it. And then after I ate it, and I was like, this shit's so good, like, oh my god, I need more of that. They were like, yeah, you just ate lamb. And then I almost started crying, and like I probably did start crying and like throwing up. And now I'm eating lamb willingly and I'm loving it. That was delicious. Now I want just some pita and tzatziki sauce. So simple, so amazing, so delicious. As you can see, like, I don't want to accidentally spill it, but it is pretty watery, liquidy. There was this one place that used to be like a 20-minute drive from where I live, and it was the best Greek food I have genuinely ever had. Like, it was so good. And that being the first place that I've ever had Greek food from kind of really set my standards high, because now everywhere else that I go, it's just not as good as that one place. And unfortunately they closed down, so I'm never gonna eat that food ever again, unfortunately. But I don't even know, their pita tastes different. I think they might have like seasoned their pita, or like they baked their pita was different. They had these really good lemon potatoes that were divine, super oily though, but they were good. And their salad was like so fresh, and even the lettuce tasted just like so good. Their chicken was pretty dry, but like seasoned amazingly. This is not dry at all, and it's good, but I feel like it's missing something, like, I can't explain it. I think there are some seasonings, some herbs missing, perhaps. This has been very good, but I am now full. I wanted to try the pita on its own, because I wanted to see what it tasted like. But I think I really like grilled or cooked pita. There's something different about it. I love huge portions because I have leftovers now for days. Thank you so much for joining me in learning about Greece and their gods, a little bit about their history and their food, and for joining me in eating it. I really hope that you enjoyed learning about Greece this week. I know that I did. I really, really love Greece. It is probably number one on my bucket list of like places where I want to travel. And so it was really good to learn a little bit more about it. Obviously, there's so much more I could have talked about. I try to pick one specific thing or like a few specific things that I want to talk about for my videos, and I don't want to do like the same topic for every video, so I kind of try and switch it up. But I thank you so much for being here with me and for watching and supporting, and as I kind of figure out where I want to take this, and I appreciate you for just being here, a part of the journey. I hope that I inspired you to maybe go get yourself something yummy, go get yourself some Greek food, maybe get a gyro or a Greek salad or salvaki, get yourself baklava. They didn't have any good desserts. They did not have any good desserts. They had like rice pudding and they had Greek yogurt, but those were all out of stock, so I couldn't even get a freaking dessert. But I hope that I've inspired you to maybe go try out some food you never had before. It is really fun. Thank you for watching this week's video. I will see you next week. I'm very excited for where we are going. It is a little bit personal. I will be seeing you there. I hope that you're ready. I really hope that you're ready. Leave down below any guesses where you think we're gonna go. And also, please do let me know where you are from, or just let me know the country that you want to learn about next. Thank you. Mwah. Good night.